नाउ कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट में हमने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया था, 100 रुपीज पहले साल में आई इन्वेस्टेड विद द बैंक. ओके, इन द सेकेंड ईयर आई विल गेट 10% एक्स्ट्रा ऑफ 100, इजंट इट? दैट इज 10 रुपीज. सेम थिंग गोज ऑन फॉर थर्ड ईयर. इन द थर्ड ईयर मुझे 10% तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, बट मुझे पिछले साल के इंटरेस्ट पे भी कितना एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा, 10% एक्स्ट्रा मिलता रहेगा, राइट? Okay, so this I'll try to generalize now by saying that if I invest P rupees with the bank, the first year interest is R by 100 times P. अब सेकेंड ईयर में R by 100 times P तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, प्लस आई विल ऑल्सो गेट R% ऑन दिस वैल्यू, राइट गाइस? आई विल ऑल्सो गेट R% ऑफ दिस वैल्यू, right? So I will get R% of the previous year का interest, that will become R by 100 square into P. अब मुझे कोई अगर बोलता है कि अगर इसी अमाउंट को हमने सिंपल, इसी प्रिंसिपल को अगर हमने सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में इन्वेस्ट किया होता, ओके, तो हमें कितना इंटरेस्ट मिलता? तो हमें आरपी बाय 100 2 साल के लिए मिलता. बट सिंस यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड एट कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट, यू आर गेटिंग समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा, isn't it? So the difference of simple interest and compound interest for 2 years is visible right now. This is R by 100 square multiplied by P. You can remember this as a common formula after understanding how we derive this. Okay, so R by 100 square into P will make life really very easy for you guys. Remember, the difference of SI and CI for 2 years will be R by 100 square multiplied by P. Now you can continue this process guys. आगे थर्ड ईयर में क्या होगा, R by 100 तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा, बट ये जो पहले वाले इंटरेस्ट है R by 100 P, R by 100 P, इन पे भी आपको R% एक्स्ट्रा मिलेगा, तो R by 100 स्क्वायर, R by 100 स्क्वायर दो बार हो जाएगा. ऑल्सो ऑन द प्रीवियस ईयर का इंटरेस्ट R by 100 स्क्वायर इंटू P, उस पे भी आपको R% मिलेगा, राइट? सो इट बिकम्स R by 100 क्यूब इंटू P. Okay, so if you observe carefully, इस केस में the difference of SI and CI for 3 years became how much? It is the summation of all these values, right? Okay, R by 100 square into P 3 बार आएगा और R by 100 cube into P एक बार आएगा. So the difference of SI and CI for 3 years will be 3 times R by 100 square into P plus R by 100 cube times P. Okay, I'm not solving it right now, but there was a CAT 16 question directly based on this. Okay, so if you know this, okay, there'll be two equations, दोनों का divide करना था, PP gets cancelled out, R find करना था, R ऐसे ही मिल जाएगा. Okay, there are also some logical ways of doing that. We'll solve a question towards the end of the lecture where you will understand ki, without using all these equations, how can we deal with the questions. But see, even if you know these equations, okay, many a times the solving becomes really very easy. We'll try to understand how in the next question. Okay, so in the next question, the difference of SI and CI obtained on a sum for 2 years at 20% per annum is 3,200 INR. Find the sum. Okay, just now we saw the formula R by 100 square times P. You can directly apply it, you'll get the answer. That is one way out. Okay, the other way is you can use 100 as the base. Okay, let's suppose that the base here is, the principal here is 100 rupees. Okay, 20% per annum है, राइट? तो फर्स्ट ईयर में 20 रुपीज मिलेगा, सेकेंड ईयर में 20 तो मिलेगा ही, 20 का भी 20% मिलेगा, विच इज 4 रुपीज. Okay, so what is the difference of SI and CI here? The difference of SI and CI is 4 rupees, which corresponds to 3,200. So the principal 100 will correspond to what? ये 800 गुना है, 100 into 800 गुना is 80,000. Your answer again. Okay, so I think it's clear right now. So we'll go on to the next question. What is the compound interest obtained on the sum of rupees 1 lakh after 2 years if the interest rate is 20% compounded half annually? Okay, now यहाँ थोड़ा फर्क पड़ जाता है guys. How that in the questions that we discussed till now, the compounding was annual. Okay, you are adding the interest back to the principal after 1 year. But in this question, what you're doing is you are compounding, you are adding the principal, on 6 months basis. Okay, so if your investment is, let's say, 1 lakh, okay, in the first 6 months, okay, यहाँ पे अब मैं first year नहीं लिखूंगा, यहाँ मैं क्या लिखूंगा, first 6 months. Okay, in the first 6 months, okay, you will obtain how much interest? See, 20% is the interest annually. तो 6 महीने के लिए कितना interest होगा? 10%, half, right? So I will get 10% of 1 lakh, which is 10,000 as the interest in the first 6 months. Okay, I hope you're following this. Okay, the timing will basically become half the rate, and that is why the rate also became half, 10%. Okay, so in the first 6 months, I will get 10,000 rupees as the interest. Now in the second 6 months, what I will do, okay, I will get 10,000, of course, but I will also get 10% on this value, 10,000. So I'll get 1,000 extra. Right? This will continue. This will keep on going. So you can write down all the values of the interest for all the years. I'll make it slightly compact. It is taking too much of space. So yeah, 10,000 hai the first 6 months, second 6 months, the third 6 months, and the fourth 6 months. Okay. So first year में 1 lakh है, sorry, this is 1 lakh. So in the first 6 months, I'll get 10,000. Second 6 months, I will get 10,000 and 1,000. In the third 6 months period, I will get 10,000, 1,000, 1,000, and 100. In the last, I will get 10,000. Then I will get 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 for these values, 10,000. For all the 1,000s, I'll get 100, 100, and 100. And on the 100, I will get 10. Okay, you can simply add all these values and you will get your answer. Okay, that will be, I guess, if you add these 10,000s 4 times, it will be 40,000. All the 1,000s 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times, you'll get 6,000. All the hundreds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you'll get, sorry, all the hundreds 4 times, my bad, you'll get 400, and the 10 exactly once. Okay, so what is the compound interest obtained? The compound interest obtained is 46,410 rupees. Okay, now you can do this, okay, stepwise. You can write it down, or you can simply make some modifications in the formula for the amount that we have. See, in the formula, you have the principal remains same, 1 lakh. Okay, the rate of interest is becoming half. Okay, because 20% पूरे साल का interest था, 6 महीने के लिए कितना हो जाएगा? Basically half हो जाएगा. Okay, also now the time period is not 2, the cycles are not 2, there are 4 cycles, right? In 2 years, 6 महीने के 4 cycles होंगे, first 6 months, second 6 months, third 6 months, and fourth 6 months, right? So the value of n here will become 4. Okay, substituting all these values in the given formula, you will just land up with the answer. You find the amount 1,46,410, subtract the principal, you get the interest. All right, I hope you understood this. Okay, many a times there is also quarterly compounding. So quarterly compounding में क्या होगा? You will add the interest back to the principal after every quarter, after every 3 months. So your rate will become divided by 4, and your time period will get multiplied by 4. Okay, as simple as that. Let's go on to the next question, guys. A certain sum is lent for 3 years at 16 to third percent per annum compound interest. If the compound interest for the third year is rupees 49, then what will be the simple interest for 5 years? Now you can make equations and make your life really complicated. I'll tell you a much simpler way to solve the question. Let's see how, based on observation. Okay, now 16 to third percent, guys, in fractions will be 1 by 6th, right? अब देखो, the amount is lent for 3 years, right? So we know ये 1/6 1/6 1/6 3 बार होने वाला है, isn't it? Okay, because अगर R% इंटरेस्ट आपको मिलता है, you get R/100 times P every time ना. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में भी होता है ये, right? R/100, हाँ, उसमें ये होता है कि the value becomes added, right? R/100 gets added 3 times. But यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Okay, R/100 आपको basically R% तो मिलेगा, but second year में R% of R% भी मिलेगा, right? So what we do is we assume the principal in the beginning itself as 6 into 6 into 6, 216. Okay, we'll understand the advantage in detail right now. If you've not understood right now, you'll understand the advantage in detail in a few minutes. Okay, so what we do is we assume the principal, as I told, as 216 rupees, right? In the first year, second year, and third year, let's calculate the interest. In the first year, you get 1/6 of 216, जो कि होगा 36 rupees, right? In the second year, आपको 1/6 तो मिलेगा ही मिलेगा 216 का, आपको 36 का भी 1/6 मिलेगा, which is 6 rupees. Are you understanding this? Okay. And what happens in the third year? In the third year, you will get 36, that is 1/6 of 216. 36 or 36 ka 1/6 will be 6 and 6. And is 6 ka 1/6, which will be equal to 1. Right? When you add this, you get the total compound interest as how much? 36, 6, 6, and 1. 49. जो कि question में है, right? Okay, that means our selection of principal 216 is absolutely correct. That is the principal. That's it. Okay. Now, what will simple interest for 5 years? The simple interest for 1 year is basically the simple interest for the first year, right? 36 rupees. इसी को हम लोग 5 साल के लिए क्या कर देंगे? Into 5. You get the answer as 180, and that's option D. Okay. See, knowing numbers, squares, and cubes, I have always insisted, and I will keep on insisting every time. This is the reason I always tell you, we should be always good with numbers. Why? Because this way you can solve the questions really very easily as compared to making equations and using the conventional ways out there. All right, guys. So this is the end of simple interest, compound interest. I've tried to put up different varieties of questions for both of them, SI and CI, and I hope you got a fair idea regarding the same. And I hope that you'll be able to solve any and every question of SI and CI based on this knowledge. So I'll see you next time with the next topic, that is averages. Bye bye.